Blessings unto each of you. This is Queen Mother. I come to you with a greeting of peace, love, and blessings. Today, we would like to address some of the emails and the inboxes that we had received. Some of you was asking me about ways and actions that you can take to better your life, your family, your home, and the community around you. So we kind of put together something that would be informatory for you, and it would also help you to reach the common goal that you have. One of the things that is very important for you to be capable of doing is recognizing excellence. I'm going to say that again. Recognizing excellence. And you don't have to recognize just another person's excellence. It's okay to recognize your excellence. When you do a job well done, it is okay to pat yourself on the back. It is also okay to say that you did it. I find that many times victims of domestic violence, after they are coming out of abuse, they find it very difficult to praise themselves or very difficult to recognize the excellence that is within them. But we do encourage each of you. It doesn't matter if you have never been in abuse. It doesn't matter if you have lived in abuse for quite some time or if you are coming out of abuse. We encourage you that it's okay to recognize the excellence that is within you. Because we find that it is very difficult to recognize the excellence within another person if you cannot recognize that excellence that is within you first. The second thing that was asked of us is motivating through change. Motivating through change is a very important subject because a lot of times we are afraid of change. Many people live in unfavorable circumstances because of their fear to change. They fear that change is not a good thing. But change can be wonderful. Change can make a better life for you, your children, your family, and even your community can benefit from your change. Many leaders have benefited from the change that their peoples have made, even in their personal lives. So you have to find ways to motivate yourself through your change. And one of the proper ways to do that is look at your life today and say to yourself, do I honestly need to make changes in my life? Are the changes that need to be made, are they really necessary? Are those changes necessary to make me a better person, a better wife, or a better mother, just a better person to my leader? If those changes you know are necessary, then you know the first thing that you must do is find a way to motivate yourself through the changes that is necessary for you to make. I never understand how people say change is necessary in their lives because the way that their life is going is not favorable. But yet they realize that change is necessary, but yet they don't want to take that step to make the change. So once you have stepped out on faith and you have made that necessary decision that change is good for you, your community, and your surroundings, then the thing for you to do is find a way to motivate yourself through that change. Because believe me, change is not going to happen overnight. It is going to take a lot of motivation. Surround yourself with people that are willing to motivate you. You don't want to realize you need to make changes, and then when you realize you need to make changes, then you don't want to go and surround yourself with people who fight up against the changes that you must make in order to make life more favorable for you and your surrounding and your wonderful community. So therefore you must surround yourself with people that is going to boost you and help you to be capable of making the changes. That is one way of motivating yourself. The other way of motivating yourself through the change is to look at yourself and to realize I am doing the right thing. And sometimes I have to say, because I've been there myself, sometimes doing the right thing don't feel good. It don't always feel good to do what is right. That is so very true. So you're not going to necessarily get up every morning and be excited about the changes that you're making. You're not going to get up out of your bed jumping for joy because you're making a change. But on the other hand, later on down the road, for the future of you, your children, your community, and the people surrounding you that you care for, you know that this is coming out to be in the best interest of all. So those are the two important ways that you can motivate yourself. See yourself not so much as making huge, gigantic, large changes, but see yourself as doing things that is absolutely important to build a better community life for yourself and for the peoples that you love. I know I look at my children, speaking of things that motivate you. My children motivate me. They motivate me every day that I get out of bed. And sometimes I get out of bed and I just don't want to do nothing. I'm not motivated at all. But I see my children and they motivate me to want to do and to want to be better. They motivate me to want to accept the things that I should accept in order to make a better life for them. And you can also apply that to your life. And motivating yourself takes anything, whatever it takes to motivate you to jump in and make that change. I implore you to do so. We all are different people. Some people are motivated by the actions of their mother or their father or even their workplace motivate them. It may be my children that motivates me, but for you it may be something else. So find that thing and that person within yourself that motivates you. And then once you do that, you can find motivation outside of yourself. The other thing that was asked was the acknowledgement. Acknowledgement is important because you have to, first of all, before you can do anything to better your life, your children, your community, you're going to have to acknowledge that you need help, especially when you are being abused. You cannot sit down and afford to say, well, I want to do this. I need to do it. I see everyone else around me making a better life for themselves. But I am going to stay in the rut that I'm in. You must acknowledge that you are in a bad position. You must acknowledge that you need to change. You must acknowledge that this change benefits your life, even on a spiritual level. Your children, your husband, your wife, your community, your leaders, your church, or whatever. You must acknowledge that this change is better. So acknowledgement of these particular things are extremely important because until we acknowledge that there must be help for us and that we need that help that is for us, we are not going to do anything to make life better. So we must acknowledge those things is necessary in our lives so we can begin to work on them. And the last thing, which is very important to me because I've had to use it in my own personal life, is empowering yourself to be blessed in the future. Now, I'm going to say that again because it's important. You must empower yourself to be blessed in the future. Don't sit down and think the future is just going to be bright. I tell my children are very blessed. My son is 11 years old. I have the 11 years old son. And I always tell him, He was pretty much born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and he pretty much have everything a child needs. But sometimes we look at children like that and we assume automatically that those children don't have much to do to succeed. That is not true. Just because you come from a good family and you have much things in life to succeed, it don't mean that you cannot mess it up and that you will not mess up your future. Many children come from homes that are very well off and they find a way to mess up their lives. So the answer is not always money. It's not always having those things through at you. Sometimes we see people that have what we call everything in life and they still don't succeed. Mother and father can only go so far, but you have the responsibility of even taking the things that they have given to you and even making those things better for you. So keep in mind that when you empower yourself to be blessed, don't think that that includes money. Don't think that that includes because you have a father of prestige. That includes you getting up, you making an effort, you working towards your goal. It includes you doing what you need to do. It doesn't matter if you come from a poor family, a middle class family, or if you come from a war family, or if you come from a very wealthy to do family. It includes you getting up, you doing what you must do to empower yourself. And I hope that I've answered all of the questions that were sent to me to my email. If not, we will make sure that we address them the next time around. This is Queen Mother coming to you. Blessings.